We all go a little mad sometimes.
They're here.
Get the fuck out of my way, you stupid old piece of shit.
You
wait.
just hit somebody. That's why I was screaming
God.
shit before.
Oh man, Brava's gonna.
You ran somebody over.
Bro, I was acting like you in our Brava promo, and I think Brava's gonna try to kill me. Holy shit! Oh god.
No, this is like I know what you did last summer. We just like ran over someone and then we threw them in the river.
In the river? I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well,
that's what me and Scabby were just doing.
Oh, you guys are throwing them in the river? I didn't.
So like in like 10 years, someone's gonna come back and try to kill us.
Are they gonna have a hook? Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, it's gonna be a fish stick.
A fish stick, like a frozen fish stick.
Yeah, you're gonna get murdered with a frozen fish stick.
A big ass fish stick, just beaten to death.
It's gonna be like a shank.
You know, I read an article today, like a headline on Apple News or whatever, and it was like the taffy man of the shore got beaten to death a couple decades ago, and they haven't figured it out. And I was like, who would murder the taffy man and why? Oh, do you know the taffy man? The taffy man, the taffy man.
They just wanted to know.
He was beaten to death with his own candy.
Shake that Laffy Taffy.
They said, "Excuse me, sir. Can you shake that Laffy Taffy?" And he said, "Get the fuck out of my store." And then they beat him to death. You know what? You and Jimmy should do a true crime episode on the Taffy man who was beaten to death. It's an unsolved crime. That would be awesome. Anyway.
Jimmy, if you hear this, we should do it.
Yeah, for real. Anyway, all right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Car. You are listening to the VHS Doom podcast and Car. Again, because this week we are doing part 2 of our Halloween road trip, and we're headed, right now, we're about half an hour out from Warren Valley, Ohio. We're going to visit a cute little kid named Sam, and maybe do some trick-or-treating. That sounds fun to me. But we got a few steps to take before we get there. So, yeah, you have enough. Oh, shit. Look, if you're watching on YouTube, there's the little pop figure of Sam.
It's the only pop figure I own.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I used to have more, but when I moved, like, up here, I kind of just, like, got rid of most of them.
Sure, yeah.
So I only have this one, and I have mostly NECA horror figures.
Oh, okay. Nice. Gotcha. Well, hey, I know we haven't stopped in a little while. You need to stop. You need to take a piss. Need any snacks? Any drinks?
We just did. What are you talking about? That's where I got this.
Oh, no. That was like 3 hours ago. Did you get possessed? Maybe you did.
Oh, no.
No.
I took too many scab tabs.
Oh, okay. You were probably in a different dimension. That's okay. But anyway.
That was in 1987.
You went back a year? Because we're in 88.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why'd you go back 1 year?
Because I was watching a movie on Amazon. I got, like, thrown into there.
How are you? We're in 88. There's, like, no internet. I don't know how you're doing all this. Whatever. Okay. Right.
Scab tabs, my friend.
Right. Scab tabs are magically delicious. Anywho... Welcome, everyone, back to the podcast. We hope you had a wonderful week in 2023. Mikey and I have had a wonderful week in 1988. We'll tell you a little bit about that later. But, you know, you're at the best place that you could possibly be, our car. Probably listening to us through the radio or whatever. Yeah, so if you haven't already, we'll give you the usual spiel, right? So if you haven't already, go give us a like, a follow, a rating, share us with your friends and your enemies so we can fillet them, cut off their fingers, maybe feed them some shit. I don't know, whatever. And most importantly, subscribe. I wasn't going to take any more penises. The bin is really full. But anyway. Most importantly, subscribe to the show wherever you're listening to us. So if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to us on good old Spotify, hit that subscribe button. I want to say a big thank you to all of you guys, actually, because we, in the last 60 days, have had 100 different listeners, which is that's a big deal, and that's just on Spotify, not including any other hosting service. But you guys are coming back consistently, so at least 23 or 24 of you have come back and listened to us again. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you'll know when these shows are coming out. We really appreciate you guys. We're getting close to 600 total listens. Y'all are awesome, and I think we have probably the best community of listeners on the planet. Then that's why this show is the best fucking place in the world. So yeah, that's
Dylan didn't mean any of the rude shit he said a few episodes ago about you guys.
I know I say a lot of rude shit, but it's nothing personal. It's just that's my customer service style. Like, hey, shut the fuck up. Take this movie home.
Bring it back, motherfucker.
And don't break
Thank you.
Yeah, but and thanks so much. If you have not, as I do every week, I'm going to pander to you a little bit. Go check out our merch store, vhsdoom.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom, click the link, and it will take you to our merch store. It's hosted on another website, but all of the proceeds go towards the show, towards getting Mikey a Mikey. We have received one order so far, which was awesome, so thank you so much. That lovely person did not reach out to us about being on the show, so that's okay. But you know what? Nobody has sent us any emails at all. So the first person to send us an email, vhsdoom@gmail.com, and I don't know, have me read something on air. I'll send you a shirt on us. How about that? Ooh.
I'm going to bring up the shirts on...
Oh, yeah. Actually, we got a bunch of new designs this week. We have a bunch of video nasties. If you're just listening, so just a couple of them. We have the Grim Reaper.
Yo, I didn't know you made this one. Hold on.
Which one?
Screen share this. It's hard to do this in the car.
Yeah, it's really hard to work the laptop in 1988.
The Flesh for Frankenstein one. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Dude, that's a fun one. Yeah.
The funniest quote in there is, "To know life, Otto, you gotta fuck death." No. You gotta fuck life in the gallbladder.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I started doing a bunch of video nasties, right? So you see the Flesh for Frankenstein. So cool. We got Island of Death, Blood Feast.
Yo!
You like the Beast in Heat?
I was just gonna say that. I like it in blue.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool, right? Yeah.
Absurd. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's good.
And then we have both the Italian and English versions of Anthropophagus, the Grim Reaper. I kind of like the English one more. I don't know why. It meshes with the shirt a little bit better, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So, if you have not gone and checked out the merch store, go check out the merch store. It's getting better every day, really.
This Faces of Death one's amazing.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, go check out the merch store. Get yourself something if you want, because all proceeds go towards supporting the show. And we're going to keep uploading more Video Nasties designs. And also, I got a couple Christmas sweaters in there that they're just Silent Night, Deadly Night, but it's two different Silent Night, Deadly Nights. So I'm going to get some more Christmas stuff in there coming up on that season. So, yeah. Also, guess what? Troy should have his shirt by the time this podcast comes out. Yay!
Yay!
Shipping to Canada only took 2 weeks or some shit. So, Troy, we hope you enjoy that shirt, man. And then, send us some pictures or something. That'd be cool. That'd be great. All right. So that's enough pandering. But for you guys, if you would like to pander, we want you to come on the show. If you're a band, director, an actor, you're promoting a project, we want to talk to you. It doesn't matter how small you are. We really don't care. If you're like, your little town punk band from I don't know, Fairlawn, New Jersey, we'll talk to you. That'll be cool. Tell us about yourselves.
No.
Yes.
Not that town.
Yes, Fairlawn. Okay, so... if you have a project, you have a creative project, and you want to come on the show, we want to talk to you. So shoot us an email, vhsdoom@gmail.com. Let us know if you want to talk to us, or you want to get interviewed and put yourselves out there. All right.
We won't talk about hairless cats.
We do not talk about hairless cats. If you have not heard that story, go back a bunch of episodes and figure out where it is, and you'll hear us talk about an interview we did with another podcast where one of the interview questions was, what are your opinions on hairless cats? This
was like 8 years ago.
It was pretty tough. We won't ask you that. We promise. All right. Okay, so as you guys know, if you listened in last week, we had a shit ton of fun at Hull House. We discussed the 1988 classic Night of the Demons and Angela's dancing and Linnea Quigley's lipstick and everything else.
Quigley's lipstick.
Dude, holy shit.
That's my new band's name.
I think, you should name a band that. That'd be fucking sweet. But yeah, if you didn't listen to that, go check it out. It was a lot of fun. That was part 1 of our road trip. Today's part 2. And if you heard at the end of the episode, we didn't have enough of Scabby's magic elixir to get us home. So we've been in 1988 for the last week. You heard we were going to go check out CBGB, and we did. So we saw the Cro-Mags and Gorilla Biscuits at CBGB. We saw the first female prime minister of the Bean Eaters, Margaret Thatcher, get inaugurated.
Ronald Reagan of England.
Yep. And we saw George Bush Sr. get elected in the United States. So much fun here, to be sure. And Mikey, I thought he was going to try to get old Bushy's femur to smoke some crack out of, but he did not.
No, it's Ronald Reagan. You keep saying this wrong.
No, I know. I thought you were going to try to kill Bush Sr.
I'm not trying to kill any president.
Oh, okay.
You guys,
put that on record.
this out.
Yeah, his Harambe Socialist Party has not been invented in 1988 yet. So I'll stop getting you on watch list. You're probably already on a couple, thanks to Twitter. Oh, shit. Yeah, so 88 is fun. Actually, if we would have made it till 89, you would have seen me be born, and then the entire timeline would have been destroyed. But actually, yesterday was my birthday. I'm an old man. Yay!
Happy birthday!
Oh,
Woo!
Thanks. Yeah, I'm old.
Wish we had the clapping soundboard here.
Oh,
1988.
Yeah, we don't have soundboards in 1988. That's okay. Anyway, how have you been, Mikey? What you been watching? What's new?
Well, I don't know how I've been watching this movie. This movie just came out, but I've been good.
Okay.
Yeah, we just pretty much did like the usual.
Yeah.
Sending us to the park. He went to school a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It's like Thursday now. It's like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What did I watch this week? Okay. So I watched 3 movies. First one being Totally Killer by I can't pronounce that name.
You can. Nana Chaka Khan.
Yeah. 2023 just came out. It's really good. It's let me bring up the IMDb. I brought the laptop with me again, guys, through the portal.
Yes. Somehow, Mikey, I've been able to FaceTime with my family this week because Mikey has like some weird scabby like internet powers. I'm like a hotspot for weird internet portals. Yeah, I mean he's always kind of glowing a little bit, which is weird, but yeah, it's cool.
All right, so it's starring Kiernan Shipka.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, she played Sabrina in a Netflix show. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, made by Blumhouse.
Nice.
They also did Happy Death Day 1 and 2. It's kind of in that vein of like copying 80s movies but adding slasher movies like into it.
Okay.
So this one was like Back to the Future.
That's cool.
She her mom's friends got killed in the 70s. No, it was 1987. And she's being chased by a killer, and then he stabs the time machine. She goes back, and then she has to try to save her mother, pretty much.
Okay.
And but she changes things accidentally.
Ah. Oh.
And Back to the Future is referenced a bunch of times.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we've really had to be careful of this week is not to change anything, not to accidentally assassinate George Bush and stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
I don't want like the Secret Service to like come to our houses.
No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Shit.
Then
I watched. I watched Psychomania from 1973. It's also called Death Wheelers. It's from England. It's amiable psychopath leader of a violent teenage biker gang is spurred by his mother, a Satan-worshipping medium, into committing suicide and returning to life as an undead biker. It's a crazy movie from 1970s. I like their helmets they wear. Like skeleton mask. Next one I watched, The Satanic Rites of Dracula from 1973. And this is starring Christopher Lee as Dracula and Peter Cushing as Van Helsing. In the 70s, the Scotland Yard believed it had uncovered a case of vampirism. They call in veteran vampire researcher Professor Larmar Van Helsing, a descendant of Dr. Abraham Van Helsing. Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's one of my favorites. I love Christopher Lee as Dracula. I think he's by far the best Dracula.
Okay.
So that's what I watched this week.
Nice. Good stuff,
Not
man.
that many, but, you know.
Yeah, no. That's all right. I mean, you don't have to watch 80 every week, so no worries.
I finally watched the new movie, though.
Nice. That's good. I can't believe Mikey got to a new 2023 film. But you followed up with a couple 1973s, which is really good.
I didn't mean to.
That's okay. I actually stayed in late 70s, early 80s this week as well, so... well, first what I did, let's see, I was stuck in 1988, so with Mikey, I did everything I already told you about. I FaceTime with the fam. They made me a cake for my birthday, and they ate it, and I watched them eat it, bite by bite, and that was sad. But, virtual hugs to them, and, other than that, a lot of the usual, 1988 stuff, like, I put a lot of mousse in my hair. And I bought a denim cut-off jacket, and I wear it over my black shirts.
You sound like somebody in the movie I just watched, like making fun of the 80s.
Yeah. So, so that's what I did. And then what I watched, I watched two. I had enough time to get 2 extra movies in on top of Trick or Treat this week. And the first one is actually Umberto Lenzi's 1980 cannibal classic, Eaten Alive. Eaten Alive.
I'm sending you that one, by the way.
Nice. Yeah, I really like that one. So it's.
I have the. I forgot which Blu-ray I have of it, but I have 2 of them. I was gonna send it to you.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it, man. So it stars Janice Agron, Ivan Rasimov, Robert Kerman, and a bunch of other people. But essentially, a woman, Janet Agron, who plays Sheila, is searching for her sister. Who has disappeared with like a cult, and that leads her to the jungles of New Guinea. She hires an expat guide, and they encounter a cult leader, flesh-hungry natives, and chaos ensues. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, as far as cannibal movies go, this might be one of the most best put together outside of Cannibal Holocaust. I really like the story of this film. It's really good. The filming's really great. The acting across the board is really great. The effects are solid. And the title is true. They do follow through, and you see someone eaten alive. Wild. So that's a lot of fun. Check it out. It is on Tubi if you don't have the copy. Or
Severin put it out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, Mikey always knows who puts these out, which is good because I don't have them.
Because I buy them.
Yeah, and it's on Amazon Prime if you got that. So next, I watched another Video Nasty, actually, classic.
And I've never seen this one.
And this one is technically quote unquote the follow-up. I'm not going to call it a sequel to Blood Feast, but this is 1978's Mardi Gras Massacre. So Mardi Gras Massacre was a lot of fun, but essentially the police are hunting for a serial killer who ritualistically murders women during Mardi Gras. He looks for the most evil woman woman that he can find, which means a prostitute, essentially. He sacrifices them to an Aztec or Incan god. They're not like super specific about who the god is. He dresses up in his like garb. And you know what's kind of neat about this movie? The effects, obviously they're like 70s effects, but they did a pretty good job with it. And the final way that he always kills these women is by like slicing up their torso through the midsection. And I think that they did a pretty good job with it overall for 1978. So it was directed by Jack Weiss. It stars Gwen Arment, Ronald Tannant, Nancy Dancer. William Mezzo plays the killer, and then, you know, a bunch of other people. But it's not got much of a high score on any rating site, but personally,
well, I wouldn't really for older movies like that. I wouldn't really trust those sites.
I don't ever, and that's why I still watch it. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. So the end is.
Yeah. I've never seen this one. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it now.
The end is ridiculous. It's really funny. It's like stupid almost, but I like it. So it's on Tubi, it's on Amazon, Vudu, you know, all of those. So
Severin put that one out too.
Nice.
Last year, yeah.
All right, nice. Yeah, so go check it out. Mardi Gras Massacre 1978. It's a lot of fun. I thought so. Yeah, so that's what we watched this week. I think we can go ahead and maybe, I don't know, we can't really check them in. I know what Balthy sent them home with, but I hope you guys...
Do you actually believe he sent it home, though?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. He's talked to me a couple times through the radio, and he said he sent them home with the list. So I hope you guys put this in the Dropbox. If you didn't, go put it in the Dropbox today, because they're due back. But I think Balthy and Hugh sent you home with Fist of Fury, 1972, by Lo Wei, starring Bruce Lee. Drunken Master, 1978, starring Jackie Chan, directed by Wu Ping Yin. Nightbreed, director's cut, 1990, Clive Barker. We sent you home with Warriors of the Year 2072, 1984, by Lucio Fulci. That was my reenactment of Hugh. Yeah, I guess I probably sounded more like Birdman or something. I don't know. Masters of the Flying Guillotine, 1977, by Jimmy Wang Yu. And for the kids, we sent you home with Monster House from 2006 by Gil Keenan. So I hope those are all in good condition. I'm sure they're not broken. I'm sure they're not made of razor blades. I'm sure they're not oozing slime. And you put them, and you definitely did not, instead of putting the movies in the Dropbox, put in any Billy Joel or Elton John discs or records. I hope.
Yeah, I hate Billy Joel.
Do you really?
I can't stand him.
Why? What makes you hate Billy Joel?
I just can't stand his music.
What?
I don't know.
Why? What?
It's just not good to me.
Okay. Is it his voice?
It just makes me cringe.
Or is
I don't
it
know.
The extended piano? Like,
I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I associate it with stupid people I know.
Interesting.
From Fairlawn, New Jersey.
You know what? I'm going to put a clip of Mikey's favorite song right here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a warm welcome to Mr. Billy Joel.
Okay. That was just for Mike, so he could listen to it later when he's listening to the show.
Which is going to be on Saturday. And I'm going to be very confused.
Yes. All right. Well, that's it. We got you. I mean, hopefully check back in, but I guess we should get to rolling. What the fuck? What just happened? Are you okay? Are you... Hello? I think Mikey's like gurgling up some fucking blood right next to me in the seat here. Holy shit.
Dylan, I've been stabbed in the throat with a lollipop.
Oh, shit. Did somebody just chuck a fucking lollipop in through the... Oh, do you see that bus going by? Dude, I think that thing's headed towards, like, that fucking quarry over there. Oh.
We should go see.
We should definitely not go check that out. I mean, we are in 1988.
Take this. Oh, thank you, Scabby.
Oh.
I'm better now.
Oh, good. Thanks, Scab Man. Holy shit, that bus is going over the fucking cliff. Oh.
Oh, God! Think of the children!
Oh, my God.
That was full of children.
Was full of children. Holy shit. I wonder how...
They're all wearing masks.
I wonder how that's going to turn out later. Holy fuck. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to pull over here for a sec. All right, let's stop. You're not bleeding anymore, right?
No, Scabby just came out and helped me.
Okay, good. All right, thanks. Why is Scabby helping you? That's weird. Okay, I love it, though. All right, you guys are on good terms.
Good things are coming our way. I can't tell you guys when, but...
Bro, I love that positivity. Good things are coming our way, he said. Okay. All right, well... That might be the most positive thing I've ever heard Mikey say in my life. But we are just outside of the town limits of Warren.
Damn, that's sad.
No, I'm kidding. Warren Valley, Ohio. As you know, because we are in 1988, I think the only thing we would see here, there's a little boy over there with like a weird fucking mask on, and the bus just went over the cliff. So
I'll take an apple.
No, fuck, don't take an apple.
Thank you.
Oh, my. Oh, Jesus. Dude, you're getting blood all over me. God. Fuck.
Okay.
Dude, fuck, I need a towel.
Okay. All right. Scabby just saved me from Sam came back. But I love Halloween. I didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't yet, but I don't know. He's a judge of character like no other. So, okay, it's 1988. We need to get to 2007, so we're going to use a little bit of scab tab magic so we can go meet Sam at that time and see if he'll kill Mikey there, too. Luckily, Scabby keeps respawning Mikey right next to me, but there's blood everywhere. Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so if you listened in last week, you did hear our...
We could use it as jelly if we wanted to.
Fuck off. If you listened in...
It is not cranberry sauce.
Last week, you heard the void-tastic recipe to jump through time and space. As always, this recipe was gifted to us by our terrifying neighborhood paralysis demon and Jimmy's best friend, Scabby Man. At our last pit stop, I dumped about 3 pounds of scabs and a packet of ramen into the gas tank. When we hit the gas, we get this fucking rust bucket up to 88. We should be launched through the void into 2007. You know how this goes. Are you ready to fucking go? All right. I'm going to see if I can tune the radio while we're going. That way you guys can listen to the trailer while we're time jumping. Save a little bit of time.
I have a message.
Oh, before we go, is that Scab?
Yes.
What's up, buddy?
It's from your father.
Oh, fuck. How's he doing?
He said get the fuck out of 1988, bitch.
Man, why is my dad so mean to me? You know?
Help! Balthy's attacking!
Hey, Hugh, get back to fucking work, you little bitch. Go! Get out of here! Ugh, man. I don't get it. My dad, I wanted to be my dad so bad, but unfortunately...
Yeah, we got kicked out of here, so we have to go to 2007 now.
If you guys didn't listen in last week, I was really, really hoping that Stooge would be my daddy, but...
You kept calling yourself Baby Stooge.
Yeah, because he's my papa, but I guess he didn't want me. Makes sense, the kind of person he is. Whatever.
He's sending you like forward like so long just to get away from you.
Yeah, he just wants me to get away. He wants to be possessed and dead and wants me out of here. So we're going to get it. All right, let's fucking go. Hey, you know what? You don't turn your back on family, Brian. Let's fucking go!
Don't forget your costume.
All sorts of things. Roam free.
The Halloween School Bus Massacre.
Be quiet.
Why?
You'll bother the neighbors.
Okay.
There's another tradition. Always check your candy.
Oh, fuck. All right, I think we made it. Mikey sounded a little funny, though. Is your tongue out of place?
No, that wasn't me. That was like us like getting here in 2007.
Oh, yeah. 2007 is a weird place, man. Ooh, yeah. There's a lot
I
going
didn't think
on.
I was going to be back here. That
So
sucks.
yeah, I know. Neither of us have graduated high school at this point. Also, the entire world is on the verge of a financial collapse. And the rest of our lives are about to be fucking wrecked or whatever. We'll see. Hey, but you know what? In about 20 years, we're going to have a sweet podcast going. Oh, wait. 10 years. 15 years. Yeah. Okay, well, we fucking made it. We're right down the street. You see there's all those fucking weirdos in all their... like, this town celebrates Halloween like no other fucking town. That's for sure. There are about 1 million people on the street in costumes, and I love it. This is going to be hard to drive through, so we're just going to pull up at the edge.
Dressed in a costume.
Yeah, we're going to pull up at the edge of town. We're going to put on our costumes so we don't get eviscerated immediately. And
oh, fuck, I don't have any costumes.
no, I got a couple in the trunk. You are going to be a giant fucking baby, and I am going to be a ghost. Yes, I think there's some girl that you're into in this town or something. This is before you're married, don't worry. And she is into you because you're a giant baby, or she wants you for her sister, something like that. We'll see. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get our costumes on. All right, cool. Before we walk into town, Mikey, do you want to read the back of the box?
It says "fuck you."
It says "fuck you." Wow, what a short synopsis. All right, big.
Okay.
All right, you big baby, get to it.
Okay. 5 interwoven stories occurring on Halloween night. Every day, high school principal has a secret life as a serial killer. A college virgin might just meet the guy for her. A group of kids pull a mean prank. A woman who loathes the night as content by her holiday-obsessed husband. And a mean old man with his match with the demon trick-or-treater.
Dun, dun, dun.
As I stuttered.
That's okay. That's all right. So that's the back of the Blu-ray. You do have that on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere. I can't find it, though.
Oh, nice. Okay, got you.
I have the DVD, too.
Oh, yeah. I think...
It's a favorite of me and my wife's during Halloween season.
Yeah, this is like, dude.
We watch this on Halloween, usually.
Yeah, it's a Halloween classic. Like, this is like the movie to watch on Halloween. I love it.
That's why I picked it, because, like, this is like, I feel like if we didn't do, like, the Terrifier one, I would have said All Hallows Eve also.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But this one, for sure, is, like, my favorite Halloween set, like, anthology.
Have you watched All Hallows Eve 2? I haven't.
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah, I got to check that one out because it's on. Well, you guys know I watch everything on fucking Tubi, so it's on Tubi. So I might check that out. Anyway, alrighty. So let's get into a couple overview notes about the movie. So we're gonna do things a little bit different, like we do every fucking week at this point. Everything's a little bit different, but so this week there aren't a ton of production notes about how the film was made, but I did find a really cool article from Yahoo Entertainment where they interviewed Michael Dougherty on the movie itself and 15 years later. So he gives a lot of detailed answers about the film. I think that's probably the best source of information I could find. But first, just a couple overview notes. Trick or Treat, it's a 2007 American anthology horror comedy film. which is written and directed by Michael Dougherty and produced by Bryan Singer. The film stars Dylan Baker, Rochelle Avitz, Anna Paquin. I don't know how to say her name. Paquin. And Brian Cox. I can say that one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep. I'm sure you did. I do those things. It relates to 4 Halloween horror stories. It relates 4 Halloween horror stories with a common element in them, which is Sam, a trick-or-treating demon wearing orange footy pajamas. He has a burlap sack over his head. The character makes an appearance in each of the stories whenever one of the other characters breaks a Halloween tradition. Despite being delayed for 2 years and having only a limited number of screenings at film festivals, the film did receive much critical acclaim and has since garnered a strong cult following, and I am now a cult follower of this movie. It's fucking awesome.
I love that movie.
Yeah, so it was both written and directed by Dougherty, and the cinematography was by Glenn McPherson. It was edited by Robert Iveson. The music in the film was by Douglas Pipes. Douglas Pipes. What a fucking name on that guy. Holy shit. I love that. Dougie P.
Pipes.
I'm Dougie Pipes, bitch.
He dug his pipe.
And there we go. It also was put out by Warner Legendary Pictures. I saw the Legendary Pictures. I didn't see Warner Brothers in the opening credits.
They put it out. I think they own Legendary.
Oh, do they? Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Warner Premiere was their straight to DVD line. I think, if I remember right.
Ah, gotcha.
Because this went straight to DVD when it first came out. That's how I got it.
Got you. So the release date, it looks like it was released on December 9th, 2007, but it was at a film marathon that's held in Austin, Texas called
fuck that guy.
Butt Numathon. Why?
He's a disgusting person.
Oh, Harry Knowles?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up with Harry Knowles?
I don't even want to go into it. It's like a long thing.
Real gross shit?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we won't get into it. But yeah, so that's where the film did premiere. And it was made on $12 million. Makes sense because the cast is pretty big name. If you recognize all the faces that are in it. It has an 82-minute runtime, pretty short movie overall, and just a ton of fun. A lot of murdering fun. So we're not going to go through the plot, but as you know, because you watched it already, because you knew we were going to cover it this week, it covers 4 different stories all in one film, and they're all intertwined. I think what we can do, Mikey, is take a couple minutes and talk about some of our favorite moments in the film, maybe some of our favorite kills or battles. What were your favorites?
One of my favorite scenes is so when the vampire dude. Well, I'm just gonna say vampire because it's a costume.
Yeah, sure.
Bites the girl, and everyone thinks she's wearing a costume as she's bleeding out.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
I thought that was very interesting.
What's interesting to me is you find out later that that's just the principal, and he's just a serial killer who's killing people,
and children.
And children. He has no usually I feel like serial killers have a specific preference. Well, he's going after both young women and children, which is pretty wild to me. But yeah, that was fucked up. Where they're just oh, she's just drunk, and they leave her to die. That's messed up. Yeah, for sure. What else?
What else? I like the first one where Sam kills the 2 people. The one who's not happy about Halloween.
Oh yeah, when he knifes the woman with the fucking sucker blade.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I like the fight scene with the old man at the end too.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I would say.
And I liked his head without the hood, where it's like a pumpkin.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I love that.
And when it gets shot with a shotgun and it spreads pumpkin grease all over the place,
and his hand crawls away.
That was a pretty cool nod to
Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead, which was actually a nod
Evil Dead 2,
to the Addams family, right? That's where it
Yeah,
went all the way back to. So that's pretty cool. Gotta love seeing that.
Well, at that time, it was only like 30 years removed from Evil Dead, so it's not that bad.
Right? Yeah, for sure. So,
Now it's a whole century.
holy shit, bro!
I'm kidding.
Holy fuck!
It's not a century.
Yeah. Man. Okay, so I would say some of my favorite points throughout the film. One, I am really, really happy. So I don't love that they call her an idiot savant. Obviously, the girl just has autism, who's like really into carving pumpkins. She seems super cool, like super sweet, and then they trick her and they scare the shit out of her. Which is so fucked up, but everyone who does that gets their just desserts, which I really like. That made me happy. I don't know, what was the particular Halloween rule that they broke? Was it that
kicking over the pumpkins?
Did they kick the pumpkins?
Yeah, they were like destroying stuff.
Oh, right. The girl kicked the jack-o'-lantern into the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. Because I know they were scaring her, but I didn't think they did anything against the rules, but you're right. They did.
Also, they were desecrating the graves of those children, if you think about it.
Yeah, technically, I guess you're right.
Because they went down there where the bus crashed.
Yeah, and I know it's not like, it wasn't quote-unquote like a rule, but they were messing with somebody who was like not, okay to mess with. Like, you don't mess with people who aren't like okay to mess with, you know what I mean? Like, that's just fucked up. So I was glad those kids got their just desserts.
I think the word you're looking for is ableism.
Yeah, it was ableism. That's what it was. Fuck yeah. So anyway,
and that's why those parents put them on that bus too.
Bro, that was so fucked up. But I guess back in 1988, if your kid had some sort of mental disability, you just put him in a bus and you drove him over a cliff. I guess. I don't know. I wasn't born.
Damn, that's why we had to leave. They were about to get me.
Fuck yeah, they were coming for you. They're like, that boy ain't right. Put him on a bus. Drive him over a cliff.
He got the ADHD. The fuck does that mean?
He's got a brain problem.
He don't think too good.
He don't think too good. Anyway, yeah, so fuck those kids.
Right.
Fuck those kids and fuck that bus driver and fuck those parents. Yeah, so anywho, I also really... dude, the fight between Sam and the old man bus driver was awesome.
That was so awesome.
Honestly, the vomiting scene when the principal killed the kid from Bad Santa.
Yep.
And he just threw up everywhere, like blood and chocolate. Like, that was dope. That was awesome.
And then the funniest part with the bus driver when he's yelling over to him.
Uh-huh. Help me.
And he's like crushing. He's like trying to kill him because he's not all the way dead.
Right? He's stomping on the kid's head and everything. Well,
the creepiest part is with his son, though.
Oh, dude. So, yeah, you think he's about to, like, murder his son because obviously he hates kids. But turns out he and his son are carving something. A pumpkin. But it turns out to be a fucking kid's head. That was wild. And honestly...
This reminded me of the song, two songs, Halloween and Skulls by the Mutants.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, for sure. Oh, the werewolf scene, like the werewolf orgy murder, whatever. That was so awesome. That was cool effects. That was pretty dope. I love when they actually. I like the fact that they tear off their skin instead of transform.
I like that. I've seen that in other movies too, and TV shows.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I think it was. What was that? What was that TV show that Eli Roth produced? It was on Netflix, I think, because it had that kind of thing where like the flesh came off.
Hemlock Grove?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so anyway, those are definitely some of my highlights. And just the overall battle between the old man and Sam is my favorite part in the whole movie. That is the most gruesome.
The effects work on Sam.
The effects work on Sam is awesome. That is the most gruesome, like the most carnage, I think, in the whole movie is between those two. And it's just a lot of fun. That's a ton of fun. And then at the end, so, okay. I have a question on that. At the end, Sam tries to stab the old man, and he stabs him in the candy. So was he killing the old man because the old man didn't give out candy on Halloween?
I think so.
Okay, so as soon as he gave Sam candy, Sam left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I thought that's what happened, but I wasn't 100% sure. But then, obviously...
Yeah, because he didn't want to celebrate Halloween. He wanted to give candy.
Right, so he started giving out candy to everybody, which was great. And then the very last second, he gets his just desserts they show up at his door and take care of him. So that's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, that's kind of like my plot points. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I just love this movie so much. I love that it's like set on Halloween. I love that. I don't know. Sam is awesome.
Yeah, he's a great.
I just
character.
I love anthology movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, me too, man.
Remind me of like Creepshow almost.
Yeah. You know what? I do like a good anthology too. I really do. All right, so now we're going to get into where we would typically talk about production notes and specifics. Again, this movie doesn't have a ton available on IMDb or on Wikipedia or other sources, but He
has done podcasts though and like interviews.
Yeah, I know he was really trying to put the movie out there in the beginning, and this
especially
interview,
after this one, he did Krampus.
Yeah, this interview is very detailed, and it's from Yahoo Entertainment. So it's by Ethan Alter, who's a senior writer for Yahoo. It came out on October the 26th, 2022, and this the title of the article, Trick or Treat director celebrates the cult classic on its 15th anniversary. Quote, "We definitely kill more kids than most horror movies." All right, so here's the article. As I said, Mikey's going to ask me the questions that the interviewer, Ethan Alter, was asking, and I am going to give Michael Dougherty's answers. But first, a word from our show sponsor. Who's our show sponsor this week, Mikey?
Horse Machine Ranch Road Society.
The Horse Machine Ranch Road Society.com has a word for you today.
Motherfuckers know around the world it get real tricky, it get real Mickey, it get real dangerous. My goddamn, he came to 55th Street to do an interview. God, great man on hood. But I'll fuck your wife, Custer. I'ma keep it. Horse Machine Ranch Road.
Who's Custer?
A Custer is a buster with a C on my motherfucking crib. Something nifty on 50s.
What does it mean to be nifty?
You tell a sitch you wanna bust her pussy and asshole open, you fight me, and then you gonna have a nifty issue with her, yeah? You fight me? On horsemachineranchroad.com.
All right, so Sam, Quinn Lord, who played Sam, is the pint-sized mascot of Michael Dougherty's cult horror anthology, Trick or Treat. 15 years ago, horror fans were treated to their first taste of Michael Dougherty's wickedly funny horror anthology, Trick or Treat. But getting his feature filmmaking debut into the world proved to be the real trick for the writer-director.
Yep, and I remember him saying, I'm sorry, I feel like it's like part of it. I remember him saying that like when he was trying to bring it to studios, because at that time, it was mostly Japanese remakes or remakes of older movies, like from America.
Yep.
And nobody thought that like an anthology would work at that time, especially a horror comedy.
Yeah, no,
so
that makes sense.
That's why they only put it out on, I think Warner like straight to DVD line.
Yeah, and you know what? You can see where they were wrong on multiple fronts because, and the same time, not long after would have been All Hallows Eve, which spawned Terrifier and all of Damien Leone's career. So obviously there was more to the anthology and the Halloween, type movies than they thought.
I mean, even the VHS movies after this those came like a couple years after this, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Movies. Yeah, for sure. So, although the Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures backed film was completed in 2007, and it had its first public screening on December 9th of that year at the annual Butt-Numb-a-thon hosted by Ain't It Cool News founder Harry Knowles, it took an additional 2 years of behind-the-scenes battles for general audiences to see Trick or Treat. And even then, they had to watch it on DVD after Warner Brothers declined to put the movie in theaters. Has it ever gone back to theaters?
I'm not too sure.
It should at some point.
I found out about it because I was reading either Fangoria or Rue Morgue at the time. And they were talking about the new movie coming out, and I waited for the DVD.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's continue. So, quote, "I was crushed," Dougherty tells Yahoo Entertainment, reliving the moment when he learned of the film's fate. Just completely, utterly crushed. That decision came a year after me hauling the movie around to different film festivals. I personally had to carry these heavy metallic film canisters to festivals around the world.
Literally carry them.
Yeah. Even though we would collect all these great reviews, they fell on deaf ears at the studio. I was constantly holding out hope that we would get at least a limited theatrical release. We were not even given that. But just like the best horror movie Boogeyman, Doherty and Trick or Treat's mascot, the burlap sack masked kid Sam, survived to fight another day. As the film celebrates the big 15 years that was last
wild.
year, so this year's 16.
I met my wife at that in that year.
It has become a contemporary scary movie favorite, one that's always finding new audiences every Halloween, while also bringing back existing fans. Trick or Treat's Afterlife has proven popular enough that Doherty, whose other credits include Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and Krampus, is ready and able to talk
We
sequel.
should do an episode on Krampus.
We should. We'll do that around Christmas, obviously. We're actively developing a sequel now, he teases. Ooh, everyone is excited and wants to see it happen, but I'm also very protective of the title, so we're not going to rush it. Good for him.
I mean, I understand that completely.
Yeah, for sure.
These studios just fuck with like these filmmakers and destroy everything.
Just to try to make money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in an expansive, lively conversation, Doherty shares the full story of Trick or Treat's long path from animated short to cult classic, including an abandoned version that would have been helmed by some of the biggest names in horror, and why he had so much fun killing kids. All right. So, from here on out, Mikey's going to ask the questions from the interviewer, and I will read the
You have
answers
so much more to read.
from Doherty. Yep, we got a ways to go.
No, I mean, like, you have so much to read compared to what I have to read.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. All right, so
Okay.
take it away.
All right. I love that Trick or Treat shares the same origin story as South Park. Both started as a short animated movies that became viral hits in a pre-viral age. How did you come up with an original short, Season's Greeting, and how did it lead to the feature?
All right. So I was a film student at New York University, and it was time to do my senior thesis film. It was summer of 95, and I was banging my head against the wall trying to come up with something that was feasible on a student budget. So I tapped into my love of Halloween. I'd been doodling a creepy character in my notebooks for a while, and I looked at it and said, well, why not him? Why not Sam? Sam was created out of a strange mixture of influences, everything from John Carpenter's Halloween to Charlie Brown, the Charlie Brown Halloween special. After I graduated,
so good.
Right? After I graduated, I submitted the film to a lot of different film festivals, and it got a lot of play. This was all before the internet really took off, so I was shipping out VHS tapes, and it became a really excellent calling card. It got the attention of special effects legend Stan Winston. Yep, who saw it and asked me to come to L.A. for a meeting. He was the first one to say, you should really get into feature films. When you're ready, pitch me some ideas or send me a script.
That's so awesome.
Isn't that cool? I had a handful of pre-existing short films I had written at NYU, so I just mashed them together into a screenplay and said, this is my feature. Awesome.
Which was the first story you came up with out of this segments included in the film?
Well, that was probably the story of Scabby Boy. I'm just kidding. The Dylan Baker story.
Scabby Mike?
Principle. The one that followed the rules of my NYU assignments. 2 characters, 1 location. The original intention was for me to make as a live-action short film because it was easy to translate. Halloween School Bus Massacre was the only one that was new. The others existed already in very rough and slightly different forms.
Trick or Treat is obviously inspired by old horror anthologies like Creepshow, but it's interesting that you decided to forget the framing device that those movies generally had.
Yeah, that was my definitely intentional. And in my original script, my stories were not as intertwined as much, although there were still moments where they overlapped. You got to see the same story from the point of view of a different character, but in terms of its original structure, it was similar to something like the Doug Liman movie Doug Liman. Even going into shooting, we were going to stick to that. It was only when we got to the editing room that we realized that starting and stopping 4 stories like that almost makes the film feel really long. Your brain has to reset and then start up again. So even though the first cut was only 90 minutes, it felt 2 hours or longer. So it was proposed that we reshuffle the deck so that all the different balls are kept in the air throughout the film. Okay. Oh, shit, dude. Fuck, do you see that fucking little fat kid over there? He's knocking all those pumpkins over.
Dude, don't do that.
Whatever.
Dude.
I'll do what I want.
Oh, God.
Those are cool. What are you doing?
No, why would you kick the pumpkins? You're in trouble. Holy shit, there's a little little burlap sack child. He's just watching.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of him. After
Jesus Christ! What did you do to him, Mikey? Hey, stop stabbing this baby. Nobody stabbed this big baby man. He has done nothing wrong. He loves Halloween. Scabby, can we get a respawn for Mikey, please? Ah, there he is.
Hey.
All right, cool.
Damn.
Shit. All right, let's keep.
He hung me by my intestines.
Oh, yeah? I know.
After cutting me with the lollipop.
Yeah, I saw you get thrown up in that tree real quick with your intestines hanging out. So thanks, Scab, for the reset. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going.
Very painful.
I'm going with this article.
Dylan doesn't care.
No, you're okay. You respawned.
Walking through each segment, the opening sequence with Leslie Bibby, is it?
I think it's Leslie Bibb.
Bibb.
And I don't know how the fuck to say his name. Tomo Pinkett, maybe?
Okay, you said it, I didn't. Feels like your explicit homage to the first scene from the original Halloween, right down to the first-person point of view camera.
You know, it wasn't a conscious decision. In some ways, it was more influenced by the opening scene of Scream and the idea that you could do this quick, tense, and suspenseful cold open. In hindsight, I look at it now and go, of course Halloween has an influence. The house itself even looks like the Myers house, but it wasn't something I consciously was trying to do at the time. I always imagined that Sam and Michael Myers were buddies.
I can see it.
Yeah, for sure. At one point, John Carpenter was actually attached to direct a segment of the film. Really? Okay. The original incarnation that I talked about with Stan was very traditional horror anthology. So he went out and got George Romero, Tobe Hooper,
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Carpenter, and himself attached to do a segment.
Can you imagine that?
That would have been wild, bro. But every studio in town passed on the package. They were like,
really?
This is too old-fashioned. Oh, my God. What a bunch of
This is what I was telling you.
It was really a bitter lesson in how short-sighted the system can be. For sure.
With those directors, like, horror fans would be, like, swarming to the theaters.
Right? It would have been massive, massive success.
How would you have liked to have seen your stories interpreted by other filmmakers? Are you glad that you got to direct the whole film?
I mean, that's an interesting multiverse question, right? If I had a portal to another timeline like they do in VHS Doom, I would be interested to see that.
And the movie totally killer.
Right, but what this movie has taught me over and over again is how disappointment can lead to better things, like finding the VHS Doom podcast. Crushing disappointment in the moment can lead to better outcomes down the road.
Oh my God.
I was definitely taught about patience and persistence and VHS Doom. Wow.
For principle, it's interesting that you cast Dylan Baker as a character who is kidnapping kids. This is obviously a few years removed from performance in Happiness, where he played a child predator. Were you playing into the movies a little bit, casting him?
No, I had been a fan of his going back to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I'm pretty sure I saw Happiness after the fact. I was almost worried. I was like, oh no, is this too similar? You know what? Fuck it.
I forgot. It's like, that movie's fucked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Baker's character uses poison candy to capture his prey. Every Halloween, there's always a hyperbolic news warning parents about the thing. Does it tick you that you've contributed to that urban legend?
Absolutely. One of my favorite urban legends is the idea that people are...
Let's go. This is one of my favorites, too.
Yeah, spiking candy.
This is wild.
If you actually take the time to research that folklore, you find out very quickly that there's only one proven case, and it was actually a father trying to poison his own son for insurance money. Fuck. People are fucked, bro. Outside of that, I don't think there's any actual cases of that happening. I find it fascinating because it's an example of urban legends and folklore, adding this little element of danger to what seems like an innocent holiday. Halloween is kind of an insane holiday. We literally tell our kids, don't talk to strangers, don't accept candy from strangers, except for this one night, and all those rules are out the window. Go for it.
The poison candy leads to a gnarly bit of projectile vomiting that's a blast to watch.
I'll never forget the first time I saw the lard ass scene in Stand By Me. Lard ass. I love that scene. With mass projectile vomit. So in this case, I knew it was going to be a shocking and funny way to have a character get knocked off. In my initial cut, the vomit lasted twice as long. And that was intentional because I knew they were going to force me to cut it down. It was a blast to shoot. And in fact, that vomit was actually fully edible. It had a mint chocolate flavor to it. I didn't see anybody on set gulping it down, but they were definitely sampling it.
How did you come up with the idea for killing off a busload of kids in Halloween School Bus Massacre?
Jesus. My original inspiration went back to first grade and my first time being put on a school bus and shipped off to school. I hated it. I grew up in Ohio, and every morning I had to wake
My
up
son's in pre-K
and walk to the bus. It felt like a death march. And you know, school buses are such funny little microcosms because you take all of these monstrous little kids and throw them into a bus without any seat belts and very little adult supervision. It's not a pleasant experience. So writing that was very cathartic. Just to throw the bus over a cliff and let it drown. What an evil
Sammy
person.
loves riding a bus.
Right? He's so evil. Anyway, that's okay.
Okay. I like the way that the segment taps into the children's are monsters idea. Sometimes kids are off limits as victims in modern horror movies. Jesus. Who's this person?
I don't know, but they are, they want to kill some kids.
They really do. That's what I'm getting from this.
Secretly, it's the principal. He's interviewing. Anyway.
He reprised his role.
All right. The funny thing, quote, the funny thing is that there was a lot of pushback from the studio about that. They were like, we can't do that. And I thought, have you guys seen horror movies? Have you seen Jaws? There's an 11-year-old kid who gets fucking eaten by a shark. It's basically a rite of passage to see kids in danger. What the fuck? But for whatever reason, the people who have green light power get really skittish about it. Now, granted, we definitely kill more kids than most horror movies, but I don't know if there's a record. We just are definitely up there. Yeah, I think they are.
Surprise Party follows a group of young women looking for dates for a Halloween party. They later turn out to be werewolves, tear these guys to shreds. But did that segment come out of a desire to play around with horror's traditional gender roles?
That actually happened relatively late in the writing process. Originally, it was a group of 20-somethings that were both male and female. It occurred to me that if we wanted a better twist, it should be a group of women. Traditionally, horror movies are all about exploiting women and turning them into victims until one final girl gets away. So I thought it would be fun to play with those expectations. Also, every major character in a werewolf movie tends to be a dude outside of the Howling.
There's Werewolf Woman from Italy.
Outside of the Howling and Ginger Snaps and a few other ones, we haven't seen a really cool female werewolf, and I wanted to take the opportunity to shake things up.
Speaking of the Howling, what movies influenced the werewolf design?
We definitely wanted them to have sex appeal and a certain feminine quality to them. We worked really closely with creature designer Patrick Tatopoulos, who's obviously Greek, to try to achieve that both in the transformation and in the final appearance of the werewolves themselves. I think the transformation is really what helps sell the whole thing. The idea that it starts with a seductive striptease and then transcends what you typically expect for a werewolf.
Cox!
Brian Cox!
Brian Cox stars in the last segment, Sam, as an old man who gets attacked by Sam in his home. It must be fun to see him play another foul-mouthed asshole on Succession right now.
I don't know. I feel like Brian has made like a pretty great living playing cantankerous old men. It's funny. Okay, just so you guys know, every time that he laughs,
I was going to say you got to do that.
yeah, every time that he laughs in this article, they write like when they're interviewing him, they write in quotations laughs.
I've never really seen that before.
I know. I'm just putting like an evil laugh in every time they say laughs. So it's funny that he's become a pop culture icon as Logan Roy, because I'm like, where have you guys been? Brian's been giving iconic performances for decades now. I guess I just assumed he was always iconic.
Oh, no. I got stabbed in the back of the neck.
Oh, goddamn. All right.
That's very stunt-heavy segment was its hardest one to film.
What the fuck? Who stabbed you? And what is in your neck, bro? Is that a fucking sucker? Or is that a... Oh, no, that's a candy bar, but it's got a fucking, like, razor blade in it.
He sliced me, bro.
Holy shit. Does he not like big babies? Are you messing with the fucking candles in the jack-o'-lanterns?
I'm not doing anything, dude. I think Scabby's telling him to do it.
Oh, is he friends with Scabby? That makes sense.
I think so.
Is Scabby just like seeing you dead and then bringing you back to life?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The eternal torture. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Purgatory.
it. Holy shit. Hey, let's walk down the street a little bit. I see some partiers out there. Ooh. Look, there's a little Red Riding Hood. I wonder what she's off to doing. There's a vampire stalking her. So, okay, go ahead and read that question again, and then I'll go.
Okay. That's a very stunt-heavy segment. Was it hardest one to film? Hardest one to film, sorry.
Strangely enough, it was the easiest one. You got to remember that this was my first feature, so that by the time we got to Brian's story, which we shot last, I had finally found my feet. I found the rhythm of how to do this. I also storyboarded the hell out of it. The whole sequence was boarded out, so I had a pretty clear idea of what I needed to do. And Quinn had a blast to the point where his parents told me that he was staying in character at home. He was hiding under beds and jumping out of closets to continue Sam's mischievous ways. That's awesome.
Something that occurs to me on my most recent rewatch is that all of the stories in Trick or Treat are morality tales at a certain level. Did you intentionally write them that way?
Oh, 100%. I was heavily inspired by fairy tales and myths growing up, and the real monsters in all of those stories are humans. So in the movie, Dylan Baker is the real evil, and the kids trying to torment Rhonda in Halloween School Bus Massacre are the real villains.
That was so mean.
It was. If anything, it's the monsters in the movie that are the heroes and kind of saving the day.
Is that the sort of thing that you like to see more in modern horror? Some of the movies we see now can feel reactionary, regressive in terms of their deeper themes.
I think about that a lot because I look for horror movies that really challenge the status quo in terms of what's good and what's evil. That's why it's so hard for me to watch horror movies where the good guy is the one holding the crucifix and waving it at a vampire or demon. Anytime that the roles of good and evil are very traditional, I roll my eyes because that's not the case anymore. It's not the truth. Things are way more complicated than that. So yeah, I always appreciate it when ideas of morality are challenged in a horror movie because it indicates that the filmmaker has a point of view.
You mentioned structure of the film changing in editing room. Were there any major alterations?
It was mostly a matter of intermingling the first three stories. For example, Surprise Party was always going to be the third one, but we found that if we moved part of it to the top of the movie, the audience was a little more hooked. Sam was always meant to be the finale of the piece, so we kept that there from the start. But there was one cut that someone at Warner Brothers requested that really annoyed me. There were certain voices in the peanut gallery who felt Sam was maybe too cute to be truly scary. So for about a week, there was a cut where he was completely cut out of the movie. Wow, with the exception of Brian's story. All of those little beats where he shows up in other stories were just gone. It was heartbreaking, but thankfully everyone came to their senses. After we did that cut, everyone looked at it and said, "This is a disaster."
I hate these studios.
For sure.
Apart from the structure of the film, was tone ever an issue with the studio? Did you have to fight whether it would be a PG-13 or rated R film?
No, we never talked about PG-13, at least to my recollection. We were always willing to embrace that it's an R-rated movie, but tone was something that got debated a lot. The challenge in post-production is always keeping your movie together and aiming for that North Star that you want to be sailing towards. That's also where you'll constantly be challenged and forced to reckon with all of the pieces of the movie as they exist. It can really wear you down because you want to be open to collaboration and good ideas, but what counts as a good idea is very subjective. I will say that Legendary Pictures was always very supportive and willing to listen and collaborate. But there was definitely a long period where I just didn't know if it was a good movie anymore because of the test screenings and how they didn't go well. And there were certain players at Warner Brothers who were not fans of the film in the least. So it felt like an impossible battle at times, but here we are today.
I just wanted to say one thing before this. I really don't like test screeners, like that kind of thing, test screenings.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they ruin the movie, if anything.
Yeah, they tend to, yes. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you kind of have, that's what studios rely on, right? If you want to get funding and distribution, you got to go through that process.
I guess, yeah. But it could totally change a movie, though, too.
It can, yeah. But it's a balancing act, right? So, like, putting out an independent film that you make yourself 100% on your own through, like, your own means and securing theaters yourself that you pay for. Most people can't do that.
Exactly.
And your movie will take a really long time, if ever, to get notoriety. Whereas if you make a studio film and submit to the studio's rules, you just have so much more distribution power. Not that it always works out, right? In this
and then
case,
you get like the bigger budget movie, yeah, like years later because you did that one project, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Did you see an equivalence between your experience being sent straight to DVD and horror movies that go straight to streaming now? Can those movies hope to build a fan base in the same way Trick or Treat has?
Well, in 2009, we had the advantage of a less crowded marketplace. I do remember that Netflix was one of the first places where a lot of people saw the movie. This would have been around 2010 or so. It was on there, and a lot of people got introduced to it. But there's so much content now, I don't know how we would do if we were released straight to streaming. We've had the experience these days where some movie gets touted as this big streaming release, and it has like a week or two where it's water cooler talk, and then it kind of just fades away. I think we've had the advantage of being something that people were wanting to see and had heard about from festivals, so when it finally did get released, everybody snatched it up. It just feels like there's so much about our entertainment these days that's ephemeral. So to be a part of a movie that keeps bringing you back year after year is wonderful. Trick or Treat is only showing continued growth. I've seen the numbers and the charts, and it only gets more popular as people discover it.
As it should.
Yeah. At the time we made it, trying to do a quirky left-of-center horror comedy anthology was hard. But once we got it out into the world and screened it for general audiences, that's when everything started to feel right. And that, my friends, is the end of the interview from Yahoo Entertainment with Michael Dougherty on the 15-year anniversary last year. It's 16 this year of Trick or Treat. All right, so we're going to move forward and talk a little bit about merchandise and media with Mikey specifically. But before we do, dude, do you see over there? There's this girl who's like dripping blood, and she's getting laid down next to a bunch of drunks. Should we go help her?
Hey guys, that's not someone who's drunk.
Dude, I think that girl's actually dying.
That looks like real blood. Are you stupid?
Should we let's call the police. Let's call.
Fuck these people.
Dude, this town is fucking wild, bro. It's like,
they're so stupid.
This reminds me of like Mardi Gras Massacre, but Halloween. Like, this is wild. This is wild. Okay. All right. Merchandise. Let's talk merchandise. Mikey, you want to go through this?
Sure.
Okay.
Sideshow Collectibles created a 15-inch vinyl base on the film's Scarecrow-like character Sam.
Okay, cool.
NECA created a 5+ inch scale figure of Sam that has been released as part of their Cult Classics line of figures. The figure includes a stand, pumpkins, candy bar, lollipop, and sack.
Ooh.
Palace Press and Insight Edition published a 108-page coffee table book entitled Trick or Treat, Tales of Mayhem, Mystery, and Mischief. It documents making of the film, includes storyboards, concept art, cast and crew biographies, behind the scenes photos.
Damn.
Funko created a deluxe pop figurine with Sam sitting on a boulder alongside Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin and a burlap sack. Released as Spirit Halloween exclusive from 2020, and it's this one.
Nice. So that was a Spirit Halloween exclusive pop. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got it on Amazon.
Nice. So it looks like Spirit Halloween also released a line of trick-or-treat themed decor and props.
Oh, they have so much stuff there of trick-or-treat.
Nice. They put out the lollipop that mimics Sam's and a life-sized Sam animatronic that they used in their themes. And in 2017, Halloween Horror Nights brought the film to life with a scare zone.
I want to go there.
I saw a video of that, and the reception led to a full maze for the event in 2018.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and it looks like there was another cool little section on their Wikipedia page about this movie about comic books. So DC Comics partner Windstorm Comics had planned to release a 4-issue adaptation of Trick or Treat, which was written by Mark Andrevecco and illustrated.
I heard about this. Okay.
It was illustrated by Fiona Staples with covers by Michael Dougherty, Breen Burns, and Ragnar. The series was originally going to be released weekly in October of 2007, ending on Halloween, but the series was pushed back due to the film's backlisting. The 4 comics were instead released as a graphic novel adaptation in October of 2009. Legendary Comics set the second Trick or Treat comic book titled Trick or Treat: Days of the Dead for an October 2015 release date, and features arts of artist Fiona Staples and Stephen Byrne. The comic was released alongside the graphic novel tie-in of Dougherty's Krampus. Cool. All right. So, and then next we'll get into the usual critical reception and release. So, Mike, you want to take theatrical screenings?
Yeah, first public screening took place at Harry Knowles' Button-Up-a-thon Film Festival in Austin, Texas on December 9th, 2007. Subsequent screenings included the Styges Film Festival on October 7th, 2008, the 2008 Screamfest Horror Film Festival on October 10th in 2008, free screenings in New York sponsored by Fangoria.
Nice.
Another free screening in LA sponsored by Ain't It Cool News and Legendary Pictures. And then the film also screened in 2009 San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Film Festival Terror in the Isles 2 in Chicago in 2009. After Dark Film Festival in Toronto.
Okay.
And the film's theatrical release was first time on October 6th, 2022.
Whoa. So it did go out on theaters last year? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool.
I didn't either. That's fucking cool. Okay, nice.
Okay, so next one is home media. Warner Brothers Pictures and Legendary Pictures released the film direct-to-DVD and Blu-ray in 2009. I have both of those of that one.
Nice.
I don't have the... So the next one is the Scream Factory one, or Shout Factory from 2018.
Yeah.
I don't have that one yet, but I want to get my hands on it. But like, it's been like kind of expensive on Amazon. A lot of the Scream Factory stuff is like $39 sometimes.
Oh, wow. That's the collector's edition then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now on critical response.
So
what do you want me to do?
Before we start this, so last week we tried doing some IMDb, the Harambe's People Republic, the real Harambe Man's reviews. I don't know.
Do it. Let me find 2 seriously now, and then we can do it.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do that again this week rather than the traditional. But for in our transition period, while Mikey's looking for the reviews he wants to read, maybe Mikey just do one bad one and one good one.
That's what I was gonna do.
But I'll just give a quick synopsis of the Rotten Tomatoes, as we used to call it, RottenDicks.com, or RottenPenis.com. We no longer need the penises for the penis bin. We are full of penises, so we won't be taking any Warren's penis. So the film on Rotten Tomatoes holds an approval rating of 81% based on 32 reviews, which is very good for Rotten Tomatoes. It has an average rating of 7.4 out of 10. The site's critical consensus reads, deftly crafted tribute to Halloween legends, Trick or Treat hits all the genre marks with gusto and old-fashioned suspense. Dread Central gave it 5 out of 5, stating Trick or Treat ranks alongside Carpenter's Halloween as traditional October viewing, and I can't imagine a single horror fan that won't fall head over heels in love with it. The film earned 10 out of 10 from Ryan Rotten of ShockTillYouDrop.com.
I think I've mastered this now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, do you want me to read one?
Yeah, so do
I'm
one.
doing one star.
Yeah, do
one star right now? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this one is like ridiculous. This title is "If You're Bored, Maybe If You're in the Mood for Horror, Avoid this."
Oh God.
I want to keep this short since you shouldn't waste time reading this when looking out for great horror movies. Nothing's scary in this movie. No originality. No interesting stories. I don't know how this movie got praise. It's so boring.
Oh my God.
Oh, but it's set in the mood of Halloween. So great. That's not enough to make it a good movie. This movie...
Oh, shit.
This person's going in on this.
Okay.
This movie relies on tits and a little monster. And the little monster appears at the end of the movie when you're already sleeping. What's going on? My God, these people.
The Harambe Man.
The tits appear throughout the movie. Avoid watching this if you're looking for a good scare.
Oh my God, that was really harsh. Okay, Harambe.
There's
Man.
a lot of these actually. Oh
okay,
God.
we're gonna. So we'll do one bad and we'll do one good. The one.
So you want me to do 9 or 10 stars?
The one bad we're gonna call the angry Harambe Man, and the good one we'll call the happy Harambe in heaven. Okay, so let's do the 10-star.
Okay, I'll do the first one that comes up for that. This is kind of long. Hold on. I want to find one that's shorter.
Sure.
A Halloween tradition. Ever since this came out, it's been a favorite in my house, intertwining stories that tell tales of horror on Samhain, or Samhain, whatever you want to pronounce it, as the little pumpkin-headed Sam roams the streets, causing mayhem and collecting candy along the way. A group of women are on the prowl for dates to a local fest in the woods, while kids tease and trick a girl horrors of a bus crash in a local quarry. The characters cross paths, eventually get what's coming to them in the film, coming to a satisfying end. This holding out for a sequel, especially Sam becomes such a Halloween icon.
Nice. Okay. Love it. 10 out of 10. That's the happy Harambe in heaven man. Or woman.
That one dude, he was so mad.
He was butthurt. He's like, not enough titties and too many children. Okay. All right, buddy. You're a weirdo. That's okay.
And it was boring. Which it wasn't. How was it boring?
I fell asleep at the lack of titties. All right. So, just a couple more notes and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. So, all right. Good stuff. So let's wrap up with a couple notes here. So it did win a couple awards. In 2008, it got the Audience Choice Award at Screamfest.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, it did. That's a horror film festival. And in 2009, it got the Silver Audience Award at the Toronto After Dark Film Festival. So it won a couple awards, and obviously that just helped it pave its way to becoming a cult classic. Now, for the wrap up today, again, there's not a ton of legacy notes outside of articles you can find online. There's not obviously there's a 108-page book that has not made its way into citation on articles online or Wikipedia specifically. So I didn't get a lot of notes out of that, but I did find a Bloody Disgusting article that had a good wrap up. And then Mikey has a couple notes for me to read, and then we'll be out. So, Bloody Disgusting said, quote, I know this is going to sound like a backhanded compliment, but I really didn't expect Michael Dougherty's Trick or Treat to be as good as it was. Not only was this Dougherty's feature directorial debut, but it's a film that tells 4 different stories intermingled into one. For most, this would mean instant disaster, but for Dougherty, it means instant cult classic. With all sorts of uber-violent movies hitting theaters every October, this is a horror film made for every single person who enjoys going to the cinema. And don't count on seeing it only once. You'll find yourself watching this sucker every Halloween until the day you die. And lastly, from Mikey, Jibby's Rebel, Scabby Man, we back. All right, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right, so, dude, Jesus Christ, that old man's getting the shit beat out of him by that little demon. Fuck.
Wait, his mask just came off. He's a pumpkin.
Hold it. Oh, he's a pumpkin demon.
Pumpkin man.
Pumpkin. Do you know the Pumpkin Man? The Pumpkin Man. The Pumpkin
Sammy has
Man.
a little. My son has a little toy that he has. It's like a skeleton, like Halloween thing.
Yeah.
And it has a pumpkin head, and he keeps calling it Pumpkin Man.
Nice. Do you know the Pumpkin Man? He'll stab you with a blade. I definitely think that you should watch yourself. If he's got a little Pumpkin Man. All right.
Also, I just got him today, a skeleton clown.
Shit, do you see that car full of werewolf chicks? They're covered in blood. Yeah. All right. Good for them. I bet they had fun. All right, man. Well,
Wait, is that the principal?
Yeah, it's his body. It's hanging out of the back of the fucking car. Weird. All right, cool.
The child's head's there, too.
I think that means his son is going to be left alone in that house with a head and dead bodies. I wonder what's going to happen to him.
I don't think we should say anything. I think we should leave.
Yeah, we should probably get the fuck out of here. Come on, let's
We have
go.
to find out what Balthy and...
yeah, this town's weird as shit. Let's get in the car. We'll turn on the radio and we'll send everybody over to Balthy and Hugh and get you guys checked out. All right, let's go. All right. I'm going to tune the radio. We're going to send you guys back to the store.
All right. All right. God damn. Dude, working with this guy every day. Dylan, Mikey, I need you to come back to the store. He was a pain in the ass. All right. Grab your popcorn.
Balthy.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Hey. Is that Mikey? How am I hearing you? Are you on the fucking radio? Fuck you, you bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
I thought you were HR, you motherfucker.
I hope you die on your road trip. All right. Grab your popcorn, grab your candies, grab your soda pops. This week, you're going home with a treasure trove of finds. First, Dylan Mikey said you're going home with Totally Killer by Nunchaka Khan, and Mikey can't pronounce it because he's a bitch. That's from 2023. I guess that was a little mean, whatever. Hugh, what are they going home with next?
Psychomania, 1973.
That's by Don Sharp. You're going home with the
Satanic Rites of Dracula.
Yes, Satanic Rites of Dracula, one of my favorite films of all time by Alan Gibson, 1973. You're going home with Eaten Alive by Umberto Lenzi from 1980.
Umberto Lenzi.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the fucking man. And then you're going home with Mardi Gras Massacre from 1978 by Jack Weiss. And then lastly, for the kids movie this week, what are they going home with, you?
The Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth from 1986 by Jim Henson, starring the fucking man of forever, David Bowie. So those are your movies this week. I'm going to send you back over to Dylan and that bitch-ass bitch, Mikey.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah?
I can talk through this because I have powers.
Oh.
Fuck you, Balthy, you piece of shit. You're going to go through a table tomorrow.
You try to put me through a table and I will burn your fucking house down.
I will wrap you in barbed wire and hang you off of a wall.
I will flay all of your skin off and put you on a torture rack in front of the fucking devil. Don't fuck with me, bitch. Alright. I'm gonna send you back over to those dickheads in the car. Peace.
Eat a dick.
Yeah, you too, fuckhead.
All right. Well, there's that. Mikey and Balthy obviously have not reconciled, as we can hear, but that's okay.
And he's HR here.
We are somewhere far, far away, and we can only hear each other through the radio, so that's okay. All right. So
it's just me yelling at the radio.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. So next week's episode, Mikey, where are we headed, buddy?
One of the best horror movies of all time, and one of my favorites, The Exorcist.
Dun, dun, dun. That's right.
Dude,
next week you guys are in for a fucking treat and a half because we're headed to 1973 and Georgetown, Washington, D.C. We're going to see some heads fucking spin and some projectile vomit. We should...
Mother sucks cocks in hell.
Dude, one of the best lines in
Exactly.
horror. All
my
right,
God.
so...
The crab walked down the stairs.
I guess I should... I don't know. Should we hang out in 2007 for a week or jump to 76?
Nah, 76.
Yeah, 76 for sure.
When we go there, it's going to be like a filter of just like shot and like cinematography from 1970s.
Yes. Right, exactly. All right. Well, anyway, so we'll make our jump when you guys tune in next time. You know, we'll be hanging out there and we'll do all the things. So, all right. Real quick before we take off, let's get a couple shout outs in. Mikey, who you got this week?
Okay, so I got Tangent Horror Podcast. They're
Yes.
good buddies of the show.
They're great.
A Dab of Death with me and Jimmy.
Yep.
There'll be a new episode soon, hopefully.
Yep.
Then we have a creator of like wrestling guys on the, like in the WWE game, Travis Alkiz, and then also Mr. Morbid.
Okay, nice. Very cool. So I'm actually going to only do one shout out this week. We've got a bunch of new TikTok followers. We've got a bunch of we got new followers on Instagram. We got new followers on Threads. So thank you guys all so much for following us and trying to keep up with the show.
We're on Threads.
Yeah, we have some people on Threads. Yeah, which is interesting, right? Actually, more horror people are on Threads than on Blue Sky. Just
Well,
so
it
you
makes
know.
sense because like Instagram is already like a community on there.
Yeah, that
I
makes
have a lot of
sense. So,
followers on there.
but I'm only going to do one shout out this week, and it's going to be a huge, big old shout out for my favorite person in the whole world, my wife, Carla. She listens to the show religiously, like every week. She gives me notes on the show. She tells me, all the good things and all the things she thinks are ridiculous. So I truly appreciate her and her listening in every week and being an actual fan
Hi, Carla,
of the show.
I miss you.
Yeah, so Carla, who is, the best, we appreciate all your feedback. Thank you. I'm trying to think of a cool nickname for her. We should call her, like, I don't know. What's a cool,
What did
like...
Andy used to call her? Darla Dutcher?
Darla Dutcher, yeah. Good old Darla Dutcher. He was so stupid. I miss Andy.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, well...
Oh, and shout out to my wife, Katie.
Yeah, shout out to Katie, too. You guys are the reason we're able to do this badass podcast. At least we think it's badass. Anyway, all right, so that's it, friends. Don't forget, come on the podcast if you have a project you want to promote. Shoot us an email at vhsdoom@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you're listening. Just hit that button. You'll get notifications when the shows come out. And also, if you're actually real true fans of the show, keep an eye out in the next month or so for our Patreon. We're going to set up a Patreon with some very cool things and a bunch of suggestions from
And
Troy.
maybe create a Discord too. I don't know.
Yeah, we got a bunch of cool suggestions from Troy on what we could possibly do on a Patreon or a Discord. So Troy, thanks for that. You're the man. I hope you enjoy your shirt, and I hope it comes by Friday the 13th of October.
I definitely feel like it makes sense because we always talk about like subscriptions that are not real.
Yeah, right? Might as well. Shit. But anyway, yeah, so if you want to come on the show, email us at vhsdoom@gmail.com. And otherwise, subscribe, follow. We appreciate you all for being
Wait,
here.
Dylan, hold on. I see an FYE over there. Do you want to go in there?
FYE? Yeah, let's fucking go,
I
bro.
heard their youth section is like really big right now.
Yeah, let's fucking get it. Hell
I
yeah.
think we're gonna stay in 2007 until next episode.
Yeah, let's do that, man. We got some shit to pick up here. All right. Have you heard from Balthy or Hugh other than the radio bullshit?
I am not allowed to like call the store anymore. My number gets like turned off somehow.
He really hates
It gets a
you.
message saying Balthy's like, "Hey, eat a dick, bitch."
He really does hate you. I hope the store is okay. I wonder if they're all right over there.
Wait. Let me call you.
Okay.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god!
Wow. That
Why are you
sounds
so mean to me?
really bad over there. Okay. Well,
I'm stunned.
As long as it's not affecting the customer service.
This is the HR of the store. Damn.
Jesus, he can be he's a demon. I mean, he literally lives
semen demon.
in hell. Wow. Don't call him that to his face. He might fucking kill you. You got to be careful.
Hey,
All right.
Balthy.
Let's go to FYE.
Balthy, turn around.
What do you want, you little piece of shit?
Semen demon piece of shit.
What did you just fucking call me?
Goodbye.
I know where your family lives.
Holy shit. Hey, Balthy, cut it out, buddy. Cut it out.
Oh, he's being so mean to me. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, Balthy. You need to calm the fuck down. You never threaten a man's family because we never threaten a
Balthy,
man's
look what I have.
family is everything, Brian. I mean, Balthy.
Oh, alright, I guess.
Hey, Balthy, look what I have.
What do you have? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
The silver bullet.
Oh, I'm not a fucking werewolf, you fucking racist piece of shit. Alright, bye!
Undead fuck.
Bye!
Undead fuckhead.
All right. Get the fuck out of here, everybody. These two are assholes. Peace. At our last pit stop, I dumped out. Oh, fuck. Still got phlegm from being sick. At our
Still has whatever. He has like fake COVID still.
Yeah, it's probably like COVID 4 or something. I don't know.
It's COVID 5, the reckoning.
Ooh, the reckoning.